What's going on, traders? I finally have completed the growth plan and I made it very simple for you guys. So pretty much what I wanted you guys to understand is this is an Excel sheet, right? So you do have to have an Excel to actually see these numbers fluctuate. I did this, kind of just as a template for people that are starting with $1,000, as you guys can see as the principal investment. You guys don't necessarily need to change the average growth per month. You simply say, okay, well, average growth per day, what is it that you're trying to achieve? Let's say you're trying to achieve, 3% growth per day. Well, once you change 3%, then you press enter, and then it'll tell you, since Robinhood limits you to 3-day trades within a 5-day period, I simply put 3-day trades, right? Number of weeks in a month are 4, and then it does this calculation where it does a 3 times 3 times 4, which is 36% growth per month, and compounding that with initial investment of $1,000 in a period of 12 months, you'll see a growth up to the $40,000 mark, right? Realistically, I started the challenge with 2.33%, so we're going to do 2.333%, and that's going to get you closer to that target point of $20,000. So simply reaching and achieving that 2.33% a day, 3 days a week, 4 days a month is what's going to get you from $1,000 to $19,335.56. Now, this is pretty much your quota. So this is pretty much this blue line that you see here. It's the average that you're supposed to be, keeping up with to stay on track. And what you're going to only have to do is you simply go here, and this is what you're going to input your data per week, right? So May, the first week, let's say you were up, 5%. Now let's say week 2, you're up 10%. Week 3, you're up 4%, and then you end it with up, 10%. Overall, you ended the month up 29%. So what that means is 29% of the $1,000. That's $290. So you simply put $1,290. You press enter, and this will actually tell you, so percentage to quota, that you're up 0.8% to your normal value, or to your to stay on track. So you're actually above the target price point on where you're supposed to be. That means you're up $10.04, so a gap in dollars, meaning that this tells you the percentage growth, the difference between where you're supposed to be to stay on track and what you actually achieved, and then this tells you the dollar value. So let's say you actually only made, $100, so you're at 1,100, right? Now it's telling you that you're down 14.1% to quota, and that's $179.96. So that, can give you a better understanding for this upcoming month that you have a gap to fill, plus your normal gap that you're going to have to do. And doing this, then next month you end the month with $2,000. Again, now you've given yourself a little bit of a cushion. Let's say you're at $2,500, and then, again, you gave yourself even more of a cushion. But let's say you didn't move it much and you're at $2,700 this month. You're still up, but again, by 0.6%, $15.98, and then you're at $3,500. And as you see, as you continue to add, your data right here, it creates this little yellow trend line, and it lets you know if you're above or below quota, so helping you stay on track. Let's say randomly you have a huge month and you end the month at $5,000. You see this, decent rise above this target price of $4,397 and 22 cents, and you hit $5,000. So it tells you that you're up 13.7%, and that's $602.78 to quota that you're above, right, for that month. And initially, that's just going to give you more of a cushion. But again, continuously, the whole point of this growth plan is to stay on track, to know how much above you are to stay to quota, or how much below to make sure that you stay on track to hit your overall growth for the year, right? So I tried to make it as simple as I could, to not offer too many things. You guys really won't have to change much. If you guys want to change your principal investment to, like, let's say instead you want to start with $500, you can change the $500, and then it'll tell you, exactly how this will change, and your overall, goal with still achieving 2.33% will actually change to, if you stay on track, to making nearly $10,000, so $9,667.78, and then again, it'll adjust all together accordingly, and it tells you pretty much the gap that you have to fill. But overall, just mess around with it. Make sure you save it first, just in case you make a mistake or change something, that you can always go back to the original template. But I really hope that you guys can utilize kind of just this what do you guys want to call it, this formula, in an effort to stay on track and to get a better understanding that for this $1,000 challenge, that it is possible, and all you really have to do is, be consistent and make sure that you trade smart, right? Minimize loss and trade smart to lock in the 2.3% profit per day, and then with just that simple profit per day, you'll stay on track. And that's really just all. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to DM me through the GroupMe application, as well as feel free to comment below if you guys have any questions whatsoever. Thank you guys again for watching, and let's make sure that we end the week on a green note. Take care, guys. Baby, don't you let it go to waste. You know we could put 'em all to shame. Now isn't the time to